Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Classic Arcade Repair. Today I just got out onto the bench. This is a Galaga set, and this is a Namco board set. This is not the Midway board. This is an actual Namco board, I believe. But it was built by Midway. Interesting, huh? This is not a Midway board. This is a Midway board. This one is a Midway board. So this is a actual, they must have had this one imported or so. I don't know. I really don't know. But this was not manufactured by Midway, this board. So, interesting though, we have ourselves a Galaga. We'll go ahead and hook this thing up and see what we get. I started recording a Satan's Hollow repair, and I plugged it in and the thing worked. So, customer is replacing his two big capacitors in the suitcase, and he's sending me the power supply to go over because it's got to be the power supply was the issue. He was saying it was resetting over and over and acting really weird. It would boot, but then it wouldn't run and it would crash and stuff like that. So, and I ran the board for about 5 hours playing it on and off, and it's fine. I did take it apart and I resoldered all of the connections and everything. So the board set's good to go. I'm waiting for the power supply. And I'm going to redo his power supply. He's taking care of the suitcase with the two big caps, and then I'm going to do the linear board. So that's that. But I just erased all of that because there was nothing. I started recording it. I turned it on, and the thing worked. I mean, that was it. So I figured, well, let's try this one. Maybe this one's actually broken, right? So I'll get my harness out, and we'll hook up this Galaga board and see together what we get. Alright, I got it all hooked up. My power, the plug for the video, all that. This is for controller. So I got my monitor hooked up correctly. So let's go ahead and see what we get. Nothing. Just a blank screen. Let's turn it off. And let's make sure all the chips are in the right way. These ones are all the correct polarity. That's good. Over on the video side of things, that's good, good, good. 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 All right. So everything's in properly, but we get nothing. Now we get something with improper sync. And that's horizontal sync. Do I have I might not have it hooked up right. Let me check the sync. It's actually resetting now. Let me see what's going on. Yeah, I just had to slightly adjust my horizontal sync on the monitor. So, yeah, we just got static garbage rolling. Statique garbage. Interesting. It loses sync. Yeah, I don't think that's a problem. Huh. Well, we can start with the obvious and start looking at sockets. Sockets, look at legs. These things got to be cleaned up and all that. So let me do that. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the boards completely apart. Well, that kind of broke a little bit while removing this because it doesn't have no tabs. So I'm going to replace this. I'll just grab one off of another board and replace this connector. It'll be just like this one right here with the little tab, so it'll be a lot better. Yeah, but I'm not going to try to repair that, or I'm just going to replace it. So, continuing on, I'm going to remove everything, and I'll test the RAM, all in the Inquisitor, all of the RAMs, and go from there. Well, here's something you'll probably never see again. Wooden standoffs. Blocks of wood with holes drilled through it. Wooden standoffs. Interesting. All right, back to Galaga. So I'm ready to start desoldering. I got the gun heating up. And I've gone through and cleaned all of the solder on both the boards. And that's a very important process of doing this desoldering, is cleaning the solder, cleaning it. All you're doing is you're resoldering every connection with fresh solder so that you get it good and clean. It makes it ready to desolder. And it helps prevent shorting. You can see here it's just good and clean. And you can zip through it pretty good and do your desoldering. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to remove this as well, and I got to find a spare board. I know I got boards. I can grab one of those. And yeah. So let's get these things all cleared out and get ready for new sockets and get this replaced and go from there. Okay, just working on getting these things desoldered. You know, letting the gun cool down a little bit. I was working on that one. I got most of it desoldered. It's really oxidized solder, so it's not fun. But anyway, I got this off, and I found one to grab off of another board. So this one is garbage. And we'll go ahead and put this one in. Boom. Go ahead and get that one soldered in. And eventually I'm going to have to clean again. See, it's a process of cleaning, desoldering, cleaning. Just a lot of it to ensure that you don't have shorts everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing soldered in, and then we'll work on finishing desoldering that board right there. Alright, we got the new connector on. So that is that. So this board I just need to clean up and then go under the microscope and make sure there's no shorts. So that one's just waiting for that now. I gotta finish desoldering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 socket right here need to be desoldered, and then I need to do the same thing, just go over clean and then go over with the microscope and make sure there's no shorts. So that'll be next. While I got this heating back up, I am going to also remove this socket right here, because you can see some broken traces right there. There's a trace that's broke. A lot of damage right there. And then it's got some wire jumpage. So I'm going to remove that socket and do a proper repair on that. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll remove that stuff while I do this. Okay, I finally got both boards good and cleaned up. Solder all removed. Removed this socket. So we'll do repair on that. I got it all cleaned up really good. Both of them. Yeah. So next thing is I just want to do a quick once over under the microscope at all of the desoldered parts and make sure there's no little stray piece of solder shorting on anything. So I'll go over every line, every pin under the microscope and just make sure I don't see anything that I shouldn't see. So, and then we can start resocketing. So let's get to it. Okay, video board is done. Replace that little cap that had broke. It's a 0.001 or 1000 picofarad. So yeah, here we are. It's all populated. All my chips are clean. Good to go. RAMs have been tested. They are good. All the RAMs are good. We've got our new connector on here. New sockets everywhere. I resoldered this. It's all cleaned up. Maybe could use another go at it with lacquer thinner. Got a little bit of fluxy residue on there. It's not bad. I don't know. I'll probably just leave it. But there you go. There's that one. Next is this guy. I gotta repopulate all the sockets. I did repair all of the traces on here. You can see I've got a lead going right there. And I've got leads underneath, you can see. Because those two spots where those leads are going to kind of had torn up pads a little bit, so I just put leads down through there. And it's right here. That's that socket. So that's fixed. Next I just gotta, this thing's all I looked at for shorts. There were no shorts anywhere, so I'm just gonna go ahead and solder my sockets in and then clean it up, populate it, and we'll be ready to test. Okay, I got the CPU board complete. All new sockets. I removed, this chip had soldered, the two legs soldered together. I removed the solder from those two legs because it's actually, they're joined on the board. I got it good and cleaned up. These Namco boards are a lot better built than the Midway ones. These ones are just a lot better quality board. So, all right, we're ready to put this thing together and see what we get. So let's do it. Let me populate this and we'll go ahead and fire it up. All right, we are hooked up. One last check. Polarity. Okay. And good. Good, good. 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 Okay. Now, just as a note, I did have to solder a couple, or solder, if you will. I had to solder a couple of the legs just to reinforce them because they kind of had the little flimsiness going on. So a couple of the legs on a couple of the customs, I went through and I had to solder the leg just to reinforce them. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and fire it up. Nothing so far. Oh, I heard the, oh, it booted. There you go. There it is. It's on free play. Player one, start. There we go, Galaga. I just have to play it and make sure it's working, then leave it running, make sure none of those line rams crap out. I need to turn up the blue a little bit, turn up the darkness, or turn up the brightness a little bit, the darkness. So let me get the tripod. We'll set up the tripod and play some Galaga. All right, I got the brightness just turned up a little bit so that it looks better. I'm going to turn off the light. Kill the lights and get some good effect here. Stars are working good. That's good. I got to plug in the joystick. And hopefully this one will just flat out work. Never know. Okay, let's hit the start button. This joystick sometimes doesn't move to the right, so we'll see. Yeah, it's not moving to the right, darn it. I'll grab the Coleco joystick. It's not the joystick, it's the, well it is, yeah, it's the connector. Okay. Alright, here we go. It's got rapid fire. Damn it. Man, I suck. I'm not good. Alright, let's try one more. Let's try one more game. All right, challenging stage. Do, 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 do. Just like that. All right. Yeah, I double hit. Can't get me. Oh, I didn't even see that guy. All right, maybe you can. Maybe you can. Oh, oh, that's it. All right, well, Galaga. There you have it, folks. Galaga. I'll put it back together with its wooden standoffs that are right there. Let this thing run for a good 2 to 3 hours and make sure that these RAM don't fail. If we start seeing all kinds of lines and weirdness, it's these RAMs. But it's been on for quite a while, so we should be okay. Cool. I think we're past the part of RAMs heating up and causing graphics issues. I think we're to the point now where if something fails, it's going to be a catastrophic chip failure of some sort. So I think we're good to go. So this is a complete refurb, and that happens with these sets. They often fail and kick off RAM errors and random errors, boot over and over cycle and stuff like that. And they just need to be refurbed. And the custom chips, do not clean those with a Dremel or anything. Clean them chemically. Tarnex is what you use. Put them in a thing like this. This is actually what I put them in. And without this, of course. Put them in here, put the Tarnex in there with them, and just give them a bath in the Tarnex, and it cleans them. And then rinse them really good, when you're done. Rinse them out. And I save the Tarnex. I pour the Tarnex right back into the bottle and use it again. Cleans those chips without touching them. You don't even have to touch them. Just kind of swish it around a little bit. Switch the thing around a little bit. Agitate the Tarnex a little bit. And it'll clean them right up. And you don't even have to touch those. So they're silver plated legs, and they tarnish over time. So you just need to remove the tarnish, that's all. And don't be afraid. These things are plastic sealed, sealed plastic chips. You're not going to get nothing inside of them. So I've cleaned hundreds of these things that way, and I've never had one of them fail because of it. There you go. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. Thanks for everyone who continues to support the channel via either Patreon or channel memberships. I do appreciate it. I have to put in a massive order for sockets and other parts as I'm out of a lot of sockets. I'm out of stuff, so all of the help. If you get entertainment out of this, you get something out of it. It does help. It does help go back into what I'm doing here. So appreciate it, and we will see you all on the next classic arcade repair. And you know what? Another thing is, see these Z80s? I just bought 60 Z80s, and that cost me $150. And I might buy 60 more. So, yeah. All of the help that I get, all of the support through Patreon, through the Patreon and channel memberships goes a long way. It all goes pretty much back into the hobby, what I'm doing here. And yeah, whenever I find a source for parts, I don't buy a few, I buy big. So appreciate it, guys. All right, we'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.